I will pull you apart like a.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fireside Casts, or should I say Fireside Casts 2. But this is not a secondary match, not a lesser match. We have grand finals tonight for intermediate. So, very exciting match tonight. Going to be MANDEM in Disguise versus Yaya Floated, I believe. Yeah, I am joined by M17. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I hope you're doing as well. We've got Siyo on production for tonight, and this is going to be quite a quite a good match. We're hoping. Something important to note about this season for IM at least is that the fourth seed and the sixth seed were the ones that made it to the winners bracket. Mandem and Disguise are coming from the winners bracket because they won in that the upper bracket finals, so they are going to have a one map advantage, and it
Oh,
is going to be a best of five. But since Mandem has a one map advantage, all they have to do is win two maps, or Yaya Floated has to win three maps. Whichever team wins that amount of maps first wins the entire series. And to go over the maps quickly, we have product will be our first map. Then we'll move on to Sultry, and then if needed, Gully Wash, and if needed again, Sunshine.
interesting. And man, product is definitely yeah, an exhausting map to start off on. So hopefully, I mean, I always actually enjoy when a series goes long, but people are definitely going to be exhausted. The players are going to be exhausted, the viewers, and maybe you and me if this goes on to that very last map 5. But definitely would be exciting if it did so. Why don't we introduce the rosters real quick? I will start off with Yaya Floated. So on the scouts, we have Amity and Woe Billy. Soldiers are going to be Teef, and Esog is ringing for them. I believe rang for them throughout playoffs, at least other matches in playoffs. They have Freya on demo, and then Kree on medic.
Yeah, and for Mandem in Disguise, it's Sears and Desiree on Scout. It's Liam on Pocket, Sixen on Roamer, Thriller on Demo, and Teeny on Medic. And I guess one thing to also mention is that last night, the lower bracket IM finals, Yaya Floated versus Narco Sexy, was a nail biter. Lasted over 3 hours. A lot of struggles on Snake Water, which thankfully we won't see any Snake Water tonight. But that was quite a long game, and it ended with 3-3-2 map scores.
Wow.
Where Yaya Floated won the first and third maps. It was an extremely long game. It could be as long as this game. It could be shorter. We will have to see. I mean, both these teams have definitely done better than, of course, their seeding. And the top three teams who seem to be the best teams in the regular season are all out, of course. And it looked like we were ready to go soon. I'm pretty sure. Just triple checking, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some good things from both of these teams.
hmm Yeah, Sear's actually a former teammate of mine. Some trivia there for people who may not have known. Back in season 7 of Maine, they were our medic on FGP that I played with like half the season. So it's cool to see names like that. Of course, Sixen, many of you have seen in Twitch chat. But yeah, and you said they played a close match with Narco Sexy. Was Narco Sexy the number 1 team in the regular
Yes,
season? Okay,
yes, they
that's what I
were the
thought.
number one team. They were definitely the favorites, but it was a very nail biting match. But they beat them in the. I think they beat them in Yaya Floated beat them in the what was it, like the winner semifinals, I think. Anyways, regardless of
Mm.
that, we are going live here on Map One Product, and hopefully I have a good game. Take it away.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on the demos here. Actually, Thriller going very aggro early on, just trying to lock out Japan. But unfortunately for them, that is not where the red team was rolling out. So, going to be backing up, reloading. Neither team doing too much quite yet because the point is not capable. Actually, Kree eating a ton of damage early on. Must have been a cross-map lock and load or something, but that was a 20 HP medic. Way pushed back. Not something that any soldiers are going to commit on, and actually early on, Yaya are going to be very aggro. However, Sixen with a bomb onto Kree does not materialize into anything. It is just a soldier trade, and the counter aggression now from Mandem is maybe enough to flip the point here. We'll see what Yeah, they do actually just get the point. And Sixin does not get denied, so going to be even numbers here, even Ubers, as kind of on Yaya to try and cap.
Yeah, Amity was trying to get some cap time, but Thriller with some nice stickies able to catch her off. Here comes the Uber exchange out of Yaya floated. Teeny does use pretty quickly, so there is a bit of flashing from them, so it's going to be pretty much an even Uber duration. Here comes the big collapse, although as I say that, yeah, there is a bit of collapsing here. Sixin and, Desiree are in on the flank. Bunch of kills being traded out, as well as Yaya floated doing a few kills on the point, and it overall looks like it's a 3-on-3. Soldier Scout versus Demo Scout. This is technically better for this. I mean, it could be pretty even, but Liam with a very nice bomb catching out Sears. Yeah, focus fire is very important, and they have a minute time advantage on point, although Yaya floated is already working their way back to point.
Yep, and notably, I mean, minute gone now off of Mandem's clock, which is a great place to be, although Teeny taking some early damage here, but Creed dying. Oh man, and that looked to be to spam. I don't see a player committed from the blue team. So that's definitely going to tip the scales even further in Mandem's favor this round. However, ooh, look at this Teeny. Duck leaving the door alone was leaving Cliff with, I believe, a soldier or a scout or something, but that combat player got killed. Teeny completely alone, no one to protect them, ends up going down afterwards. And yeah, that's gonna be a foot in the door, I suppose, for Yaya. But keep in mind, I mean, still, like, only 20 ad at the end of the day. And I mean, Mandem, you're perfectly happy with your 2-minute clock advantage at this point.
Oh yeah, completely. Already a big aggression actually from Mandem, and they actually are able to get a kill, although Desiree does go down. Sixin in the backlines taking a fight with Teef, does get the kill. Esog and Wobilly trying to clean up that trade, but a big bomb from Liam getting pretty aggressive here, though Liam is gonna work his way out here, and it's still 4-on-4, although there is a spawner finally from Yaya floated, but a big hold from Mandem as they have 2 minutes and 15 seconds on them, and it looks like finally Yaya floated is gonna cap, but yeah, all the way at that one fight, I believe it was like a pipe and then just spam from Liam that got the med. And then that scout just completely lost track of the demo and the scout coming in late on that force. But it looks like it's going to be an even Uber exchange shortly.
Even here, you would think that, I mean, like, losing 2 players for 1 kill is, like, not really worth it for Mandem. But they stalled the clock even longer, and now it's only 45 seconds left for them if they cap. Now, that being said, Ubers have evened out. Oh my god, these pipes are really putting a lot of pressure on Creed, who's just kind of forced to back up. I would expect to see an exchange here, just out of kind of necessity. I mean, there's so much cap time on the point. Yep, there it goes. Plus the medic being so weak, I mean, you just don't want to drop an Uber. Stuff like that tends to lead towards exchanges. But look at this, even during the Uber, so much cap time from these scouts. And actually, in reply is a triple bomb from Yaya. However, both soldiers get cleaned up. Scouts are trying to focus down Desiree, but not able to do that. It's actually looking like almost a wipe here for the red team. Just going to be Kree and Freya retreating. Still preserving even Ubers, but with only 20 seconds left on the clock, gotta say that Mandem are in a very commanding position to maybe close out this round here.
Yeah, their spam just looked so good. Liam was just able to sit on the Pride Rock for so long, take no damage. Thriller with the long range lock and low pipe, just killing Kree. That is huge. That's gonna completely allow Mandem to just back up, play their heals. Liam gets another kill. Esog finally bombs, but Thriller is able to protect Esog. Wobilly did get a kill on Sears from behind, but Freya trying to do a last-ditch fight for the point. Wobilly does the same, but it doesn't look very good on the side of Yaya. Teef does get a kill, but gets quickly traded out by Desiree. And it looks like Mandem in Disguise will win this first round. Yeah, like on that mid-fight, they were able to just out-spam even though they didn't have the point. And it forced Yaya to take an exchange into them, which is crazy.
I mean, that was, to be honest, just an extremely dominant round for Mandem. Because obviously, like, they didn't win every fight. I do think they won a majority of the fights, which certainly helps. But their point play was just, like, categorically just much, much better. They were way better at pressuring the cap, and they were way better at holding the cap, which is definitely a recipe for success in Koth. Now, off the mid-fight in this round, Teef actually going behind does get cleaned up by Desiree in a 1v1. Wobilly very weak on the backlines as well. Kree eating some spam. This should be a very competent first point, honestly, for Mandem in Disguise. And now, I mean, just kind of a similar situation last round, losing the first mid. Yaya are definitely going to have to pull something out in order to actually pressure that point, actually flip the cap, and not just let the timer... Oh, man, look at this spam.
Thriller
just
incredibly
walking
aggressive.
across.
Oh, my goodness. That's just absolutely absurd. Big trade of fights now, but Mandem just wants to play around their heals now, and that's what they're going to do. No heals. Although they are pretty aggressive, honestly. Freya is going to get a decent bomb in, but actually going to get no damage, and oh my goodness, Sears and Liam just absolutely demolished them. But yeah, that was huge, because on that mid fight, it looked like Teef kind of messed up her bomb, and then Esog just like didn't follow up, even though both scouts were chasing Teef, which would have been a great opportunity to like get in on that China position, and your team could go really aggressive, especially with no scouts. Yaya floated breaks out of the soft forward hold pretty quickly, even though Mandem has a big Uber advantage. They're gonna try to, they're gonna be going for a 4-man sack, you would assume here, but it's just a bit of spam being trading out for now. Oh, yeah. He catches the pipe.
Yeah, and that pipe, I mean, if I'm on Yaya, I'm just 4-manning off of that damage alone. But they're slowing things down. I mean, keep in mind, Crete doesn't have Uber, so an exchange is not on the table. And actually, Uber just gets popped. Thriller bombing it very deep, unable to get reflash, actually goes down. Oh, there's so much damage, though. And Cree is the first to fall. It's actually traded out with Desiree. Teeny dying in the post is the important kill here. Because that means that Cree actually going to have a little bit of ad. Not a whole lot, but notably, it's not disad, which is very important for Yaya. But that being said, Amity might get the point here, but still another like 2-minute disadvantage on the clock for Yaya.
Yeah, it's just, Mandem has so much domination here. Sears and Amity are going to trade their lives, but Yaya Floated did finally get the point, although Sixen kills Wobilly in that connector, so now they have no scouts. That means both soldiers can just go absolutely crazy. Sixen already in on the flank, just pressuring it, forcing out some bombs, and they're just going to grab the point for free. Actually, Kree is really low, insanely low, and Sixen just gets the bomb and the kill onto Kree. Oh my goodness. Esau goes in for a bomb by himself, is going to get forced out, and this is looking really bad on the side of Yaya Floated. Yeah. They're going to have to go for like a desperation med kill or just the force really quickly, but they have to go for it quickly because they need time to respawn and refight the point. And
and the trouble is, like, if you do something really drastic right now, man, and Amity dying to the trap makes it so much harder. If you do something really drastic right now and lose a bunch of players, you just get forward held, and then like it becomes hard to get to the point in time. But if you don't do anything, then, I mean, Teeny just gets this Uber. It's still at... Oh, but they got exactly what they needed. Wobilly with the first shot on Sniper actually gets the drop. But is it going to be enough? Because they did lose a soldier and a demo during that fight. Actually, immediate 4-man response here from Mandem in Disguise. Thriller actually with a stock bottle kill onto Kree. Actually, like, won that fight. Sometimes you have those 4-mans where, you know, you're looking for the force, but you end up just all living and like wiping the other team. That's kind of one of those cases.
Yeah, because Sears was they were just able to walk in onto China from, I'm assuming they jumped from Japan, and since Yaya had a sniper and a medic, it's just not enough fragging class to deal with. But yeah, Yaya really needs to do more coordinated aggression with their soldiers, and they do have Esog ringing, which, ringing soldiers can potentially lead to some of that miscoordination, but it's, they really got to do that. A lot of damage taken from Thriller. Thriller taking a ton of damage. Esog goes in early, gets a decent bomb. Teef also bombs, but both soldiers just died. They both land on the ground. And now Liam's just going to completely take some space on the high ground, grab so much space for the team. Thriller just walking forward, and that is the mid one for Mandem. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I know it's only 2 rounds in, but Mandem in Disguise are looking extremely dominant here on product.
Then again, this was their map pick, so.
True, yeah, but man, I mean, I don't know what you can do if you're Yaya. I mean, fights just need to go better in your favor, I suppose. Kree is definitely dying more than Teeny, but like, look at the fight that's happening right now. Just spam, really, and for some reason, Yaya are just getting the worst end of it. That being said, Teef with a nice little bomb there is going to kill Thriller and not even trade out, in fact. So with that demo kill, they are able to cross. They are able to get an early force onto Teeny, which is nice. How's this post going, however? A lot of trades down the board. I think the Yaya are getting the better end of things, however. They will get the point here. Sears and Teeny both living. So Ubers are still going to be even. Wait, they don't get the point.
Yeah,
They
they were. I think they were
just
trying to
walked
delay for
off
their.
the phone.
They were trying to delay
yeah,
for their
yeah.
spawners. Yeah, but then Thriller, who died really early before that happened, gets so much damage. Actually, just kills Kree in the cubby, and that's a scout death too. That's 2 down. Sears got another kill. Oh no! Here comes the attempted collapse. Esog does get a decent rocket Batini with a nice surf, and that's just pretty much a full wipe. Although I think their players aren't healthy enough. Although, as I say that they are ready, they are setting up for that notorious product forward hold. But yeah, like Yaya Floated has to do some sort of like coordinated aggression because they really gotta like Mandem's just like completely taking control of the point and just having it.
I mean, like the confidence to back up with only 2 up and then still like refight and stop the point in its entirety, and punish the team not capping, not wanting to deny. You know, the confidence to be able to do that just off of spawners and like be that quick as oh man, nice little air shot there from Teef. Will clean up Sixen, and the forward hold is busted with 2 kills to boot. Is still like 10 disad for the time being. Won't come into play. Kree's gonna get Uber by the time they approach. Now with Teef behind, uncomfortable position for sure for Mandem. Little soldier 1v1 results in a trade on the back lines. Exchange gets taken. Definitely more flashes from Yaya, but with the picks in the post, can see potential collapse here. Oh my god, the focus fire again. Just all 3 players, excuse me, 2 players get cleaned up. Freya actually getting bowed here will be survived for the time being, but no. Just going down nonetheless. Is Kree caught as well? Oh my days.
Oh my, Thriller and Sears just did a nasty combo. And something to point out, at the start of the season, they had swapped. Thriller was on Combo Scout, I believe, and then Sears was on Demo, but they swapped it around. I know Sears has I think Sears has a bit more Scout MG practice, but anyways, like, that's just helped them a lot. They're just looking so dominant as a combo. Here comes the attempted refight, but tons of damage they have to work through. Soldiers bombing, and that's a 3rd round for the side of Mandem in Disguise already. They're looking insanely dominant here on product.
And the lead actually grew on that round compared to the round prior. I don't know. Like, their focus fire in these fights is so good that if one player is out of position for just a moment, then there's 2 players shooting at them, just killing them before they can even react. That being said, Thriller taking some early spam here on mid will get healed off. In the meantime, a bit of a flank side shove, but Liam just farming damage from Pride, kind of unchecked at that. Definitely the health advantage in favor of Mandem. However, Desiree did die, so they're down a player. But they're still fighting this. And man, Liam is just farming damage up here. Finally now getting shot off of Pride. But, I mean, that's just buying so much space and so much pressure that Mandem were just able to stay in on this fight down a player.
Here comes the double bomb in from the soldiers. Liam actually runs out of ammo. He's trying to pickaxe the medic, doesn't get it. But they did actually get a kill and the point, and because because Kree was so low, he had to back up for a pack. Finally, Yaya is going to work forward here. Desiree and Sears combine for a kill onto Teef and Connector. They do get forced. Teeny does get forced. Here comes the aggressive exchange. It is a much later Uber on the side of Yaya. This is looking good for them finally. They really do have to collapse. They do kill Teeny, which is exactly what they needed. And all they have to do now is protect their medic.
4-man might be imminent, though, and there it is. Yep. And Liam actually hitting the headshot rocket while Kree is jumping. Kree ended up
Freya ran out of ammo, no!
Yeah, and I mean, man, every time that it's going well for Yaya Floated, Mandem just decide to sell out, and it goes just wonderfully for them.
Yeah, this is insane. It is only going to be like a minute time advantage, though, because even after the, the 4-man sack, because Mandem were in such a worse spot at the start of the fight, Yaya is going to get the cap, and it's only a minute time advantage, which is definitely workable. This is already looking better than some of their other rounds here. A lot of damage early on the side of Mandem as well, as they are trying to spam. It looks like they're trying to figure out what they want to do, but again, what you want to do is definitely figure out some sort of aggressive play, whether that be to send somebody behind, do some sort of double bomb, specifically focus one player. You got to do something. Although Sears is actually just saying, screw that, I'm just going to start edging the cap quickly.
Desiree going down again. Meanwhile, Liam actually bombing behind. Does get a kill, but it will be traded out. Creed dies to a pipe across the map. I mean, stuck in Japan. Tiny little doorway. If you know the lineup, then you can basically throw that pipe from anywhere on the map. At this point, Whoa Billy trying to sell out, but like single-digit HP. Easy cleanup there. And with no one to even worry about denying, Mandem just going to instantly cap that. And have full ad as well. And a bit of a forward hold. That being said, Yaya floated do a good job of getting through main quite quickly before that forward hold can be established. So they are able to set up a foothold here, but it's really only going to be positioning for a potential 4-man, I would imagine. Because again, free only at 30% Uber. And actually kind of caught here as, yep, Mandem recognized that. They pop their Uber. Thriller going a bit deep, does actually end up dying. But
Mandem
medic.
stayed a long time.
Ooh, yeah. A little bit of too much deepness there with the Uber. It like works out fine for them. I mean, they still have the point. It's still even Ubers, so it's not a downside, but losing your med, losing your demo during the Uber, you can definitely take an Uber that still catches Cree there without having those things happen, I think.
Yeah, definitely at least not using your med, because as soon as you kill the med, normally you can just, back your med out, use that last part to get your med to safety, and then you can play with those heal advantages, which over a longer term fight is just going to work out better. They're really trying to harass Liam, and they finally are knocking Liam off that height. Thriller gets a trap kill onto Amity, and Freya gets bounced up in the air. Sixten goes in on the flank because of the 1 down. Desiree is going to get aggressive off of the bomb from Sixten and grab a kill, and now Desiree is behind. Here comes a bomb from Liam onto the Pride Rock, and Desiree does catch a late rocket. Nice rocket there from Teef, but this is looking a lot better again for Mandem in Disguise. But they do actually swap a sniper, they say. Yaya floated does. It looks like, yeah, it's Woe Billy on sniper on the flip side.
Almost bailed them out last time with that shot on Teeny. So Ubers are even here. Woe Billy going to be charging up that shot. China, it appears. Teeth actually dying is not really the pick you want. But look at that. Gets the drop while Kree actually gets forced basically instantaneously. They have enough cap time to where, they don't have to worry that much.
But he's over into the ammo.
Ideally like players to get healthy. And again, Mandem are just kind of winning this fight with focus fire. The heal advantage does not matter. However, Kree getting a frag there. It looks like enough players will converge here on Thriller that they will go down. It's not before hitting Kree with a bottle, bringing them down to single-digit HP. Definitely scary there. That being said, I mean, still 2 minutes for Yaya to burn. Meanwhile, Mandem have overtime, which is a really difficult thing to deal with. Even though Kree has a good 20-30 ad here, this is still very much a Mandem favored round so far.
Yeah, Mandem's just trying to posture, see what they want to do. It looks like they're getting healed up now, getting ready for a bomb. Here comes a double bomb from Sixten. Actually, a 4-person sack right on in onto Kree. Kree does get traded. Nice kill from Liam, and that's all you need on that 4-person sack. Desiree does go down in the end, but that's exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
Sears is just safely building with Teeny in spawn, and they have a nice, looks like it's going to be like an 80, maybe even 90% Uber advantage, which is absolutely massive. And all they have to do is cap the point once, and they win due to the overtime.
Yeah, Mandem now have a very flowcharty way to win this round because you just take this Uber, get really any kills at all, but honestly just space is good enough. Cap the point during the Uber. And I mean, what can you do if you're Yaya? They really need a miracle right now. Look at this. They're getting ×4 on the point before Uber even gets popped. That's a lot of cap time as well. Freya will be going down here. Desiree does get traded out, but yeah, too many kills. I mean, it's just an Uber with overtime. Almost impossible to beef as the team with ad. And that's going to be a quite dominant, admittedly, first map here on product.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the logs, and yeah, I think this just looks insanely dominant. Thriller, I did notice, was at the top of the scoreboard for most of that game, like above Teeny on demo, which is absolutely absurd, although I think a lot of those are probably caps. But yeah, I mean, well, not even that many, but Thriller on demo had 24
Yeah, that's kind of complete nukage.
Yeah,
to
with
be honest.
472 DPM. Oh my goodness, that's
I'm surprised with the
yeah.
Teef top fragging their team actually. Was interesting. I guess I wasn't paying attention to those kills coming in. But yeah, honestly, like the story of product, that first round I was talking about, Mandem are definitely winning more fights, but they're not. It's mostly the point play that's going well. But by the end of the game, it kind of seemed like DM diff to some extent, where just situations that should be more coin flippy just every single time went in the favor of Mandem, and situations that they should have no business getting any type of value, they somehow get a kill or multiple kills or able to hold the point for another 30 seconds, stuff like that. Um, and I mean, this log kind of reflects that with 50 kills to 84 kills for each team. Um, no small part Thriller with a stellar performance here.
Yeah, and even with Teeny dropping twice, the only two drops on the map, Teeny did still have half the deaths of Kree, and that's just because,
Yeah.
I think Yaya Floater were just not. I don't know, they just looked out of it. Freya was dominating last night, but looks completely different. I don't know if that's Mandan making sure that they know to pressure the demo, which is really important. But I'm not sure, but they just look so much better. I mean, not only DM'd it, but they look like more coordinated. They're constantly like focus firing so much better, and I think maybe that has to do with maybe some of the ringer situation that Yaya Floated has had to deal with, unfortunately, because they had a another player, Kaluna, who was playing for them earlier in the season. But anyways, we are going to be moving on, excuse me, to Sultry, which is map two, sort of. But if Mandem win even a single more map, then they win IM season 16.
True. Yeah. And I will mention as well, even though Liam bottom damaged in the log, I actually had like bottom damage taken, and so much of Liam's contribution was just sitting on Pride Rock, just uncontested, just spamming. like it, I'm actually surprised it didn't inflate the DPM more, but there were a few rounds that like a good 30, 40 seconds got earned just because, you know, whatever minor advantage that Yaya Floated had, they were just all so weak all the time that they like had to slow down to even try and cap the point. And a lot of that was Liam just on top of Pride spamming for free.
Yeah, and I mean, even that, like, he's just able to create so much like pressure and distraction, and they were having Yaya Floto was having such a tough time like dealing with Liam, which there's actually a little secret tip. There's actually it's very vulnerable to the enemy team's roamer, who has complete free spam on that Pride Rock. So I think
Hmm.
even though Tifa was doing some good damage, being able to knock that soldier off Pride, if he's just going to sit up there the entire time is super important, or just going behind, or just punishing, and just like punishing when Mandem was sending both scouts in behind, like that one mid where excuse me, where I think it was Eve Bomb behind, and then both scouts just completely sold out for like 5-6 seconds, but there was just no follow-up. And it's just you have to make sure you coordinate, as this is a team game after all.
Hmm. True. Well, we are here now on Yaya Floated's map pick being Sultry. So we'll have to see how the story differs, because obviously this isn't Koth, this isn't product. A little bit harder for a demo to drop 470, top frag the server. You definitely have to put a lot more work in to do that. And definitely a more methodical 5 CP as far as things are concerned. Somewhat of a recent addition, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things, but notably one with a very difficult last to crack. Um, and that is definitely, that can be an issue. It doesn't take that much to put up a pretty solid hold on last, and it's not rare to see Sultry a little bit more of a lower scoring map.
Yeah, we did see a bit of sniper from Wobilly, but I don't know if that was something that Wobilly is consistently doing, or it's just like, something that they were trying to use to like throw off the pace, right? Or just, get that, that drop, which, I mean, it did work technically both times. They got the drop, but I think like they have to do more than that. But I mean, sniper and spy and just off classes in general, or different strategies, there are a few ways to break the last, but it's definitely difficult. But Yaya Floated really has to, change things up. They can't let Mandem completely control the pace of the game.
My hot take is actually that Sniper's just bad on this map. At least offensively. I feel like it's bad into 2. It's bad into last. It's really good defending last. It's like kind of stupid good defending last. That's one of the reasons why this last can be so tough is because like sure, they have a gun, they have like players holding the doors, all the normal stuff that a last hold has. But when you just have a sniper that can sit by spawn and lock down a door like beyond a reasonable doubt, then you know you only have 2 more doors to worry about with 3 spam classes. It can be really tough to actually take space or pressure in any meaningful way.
Well, actually, that you mentioned that, from what I know, Pig Pick and Flip FTW specifically like ensured that Sniper
Mhm.
wouldn't be too powerful on this map when they, made and were doing the testing. Fun fact, they played in IM a few seasons ago and just hard won their map every single time in playoffs, which is a little
That's
funny,
nice.
but anyways, yeah, we're going on to this second map here shortly. Just a couple quick little things I think that are going on. Yeah, and just so you know as well, the main sixes grand finals are also going on the normal stream, twitch.tv/firesidecasts, just without the 2. And of course, this is the IM lower bracket finals. Yaya floated have to win every single map to win this match, but MANDEM in Disguise only have to win a single match.
True. Yeah, and,
Fair
I mean,
enough.
if they keep the momentum up, then we might be looking at a short series of, only 2 maps, but don't wanna get ahead of ourselves 'cause, there's still plenty of TF2 to play. Now, understandably, we're not live quite yet. I mean, honestly, if I'm on Yaya Floated, I would be talking things over. And honestly, I don't think that teams, take advantage of pauses and the time that they have in order to actually talk iron things out. I don't think teams actually take advantage of that properly, generally speaking. A lot of people they just kind of get in the mindset of, oh, we've already lost, whatever, and just kind of let it happen.
I mean, yeah, you can this game, as much as it is, about coordinating with your team, like it can always just be mental. If you're just in a bad headspace, you might just perform as well. You might just accept the game as, already decided, and you might be, just not it's just going to throw off your game. And that might just be happening because of like last night, which is, the 3 hour long, very, very reset heavy match. Snakewater had like, I don't know, like at least like 7 resets on last, if not more, and just like in the last round alone, it was a very slow map. But yeah, like you said, it used to be where you had 10-minute 10-minute round timer, and then in RGL or just North America in general, it was 2 30-minute halves,
Oh
and
yeah.
that was where there was like even more built-in time to kind of force you to talk it over. But now, yeah, teams still need to get more comfortable using those 2 pauses. You get 2 per map, and so take those 5 minutes to just break it up. If you lose a round or 2, or you're just not sure what's going wrong, take a second to talk it over, because oftentimes when you're playing, you just do not have that time to really actually talk and propose new ideas, because you do want to adapt if the enemy team is just doing, is just beating you.
Mhm. Yeah, and while there's, in my opinion, like, there's correct doors to push given circumstances, there's correct plays to make. There's also like correct times to pause. Where like, you slip 1 round, you could if you want, but like you slip that 2nd round, you're up like 3-2 now. Hey, that's a good time. Like you feel the momentum shifting, and pauses are actually a really good like momentum stopper at times. Because sometimes like all you need to talk about is that next mid because you just need like a good mid and to get the ball rolling, and um, that can kind of change the course of the game.
Yeah, even one big thing can just completely lift your mental. One dominant round or anything like that can, completely change the tide of the game. And it's like, I mean, we've seen crazy comebacks before. This is not unheard of for a comeback, but Yaya Floated does have to, make some changes. Don't let, Mandem control the pace of the game. Consistently just coordinate together better themselves, honestly, is I think a big thing that we really need to see from them if they want to win.
Hmm. Um, yeah. I mean, at this point, pretty much ready for whatever. Do you have any predictions for this incoming Sultry?
I'm I was thinking about that because I was looking back at MANDEM, and after week 5A, they haven't lost a single thing, and their closest match was their first swap round against Narco Sexy, where they won 3-2. This is in the regular season, in week 5 beyond Metalworks.
Mm.
But Yaya Float has been a lot more inconsistent. And in terms of Sultry, Yaya Floated had a forfeit and then faced a middle of the road team, so not like a playoffs team. Whereas well, Mandem also had a forfeit and another middle of the road team, so nothing huge. We could see anything from this map, like anything from either team. I don't, I don't remember seeing like too much of this. I guess I can check what happened in the winners finals, but I think for the upper bracket finals, yeah, Sultry wasn't played in that one. It was just Bagel and Gully Wash, which Mandem just won 2-0. Um, but if we look at the lower bracket finals as well, there was no Sultry. There was Sultry in the first round of playoffs and the second round of playoffs, but not against any of the other top two teams. Or Yaya floated at least.
Mm. Yeah, that actually kind of bodes poorly, I feel like, if this isn't like a comfort familiar pick for Yaya floated and is instead kind of like well, let's just you know, throw it out there, see if it works. I don't know if it's a particularly confident choice.
I mean,
Um,
I don't see anything else. Like it looks like Mandem in Disguise is pretty much in the exact same boat. They don't have that much like play time. It looks like they haven't even played Sultry at all in the playoffs. Then again, they didn't have to go into losers bracket, but even so, I mean, it might just be them thinking, we need to change up the pace, just completely change it up from something we're not, we know that they're not 100% confident, or
mhm.
we because maybe the other maps you're just like, okay, we know they're too strong on that maps or too confident, so we need to take them to this map where we actually have a chance of winning. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what was decided upon when they did those pick bans.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I actually see that like half of Yaya floated are just typing in Twitch chat. So I wonder if they're actually like talking about talking about what's going on, or if they've just checked out. Um, I don't know.
Whoa, there is some fireside merch going on here.
Oh wow.
Oh my goodness, Rumpus.
Oh my, oh my god.
Yeah, check out the merch, everyone.
I
Let me see if I
forgot there was a
can
Wild
throw that
Rumpus
in there
shirt
in
still.
the Twitch chat. Yeah. Yeah, if they are talking, I wonder if the game has actually started.
They might be like just waiting for someone
Yeah, I
to
mean they have
interrupt.
multiple players in the server. Oh, Deseret and Sixen are both AFK in spawn, so is Amity, Freya, and Kree. But I think I saw Freya at least in Twitch chat. Mhm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I see Kree in
Um,
Twitch chat. It might just be Sixen and Deseret. I haven't seen anything in the chat, but yeah.
well, how's chat's night going? Excited to see some grand finals coverage
Oh, we
for
got
main
Wobbly with
and
the
lane.
first time message as well. So
Mm.
I really do hope, I want to see some good stuff. Make sure Yaya float and they mean to make sure they're coordinating, changing the pace. Don't let Mandem in Disguise completely control the game. You know. Uh, but yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good night so far. I don't know. I mean, like you said, we might not see that much sniper. There was a lot of spy in the invite playoffs that just happened a few
Yes,
days
yeah,
ago. There
yeah.
was a lot of spy and stalemates. Hopefully, it's not that stalemate. Yeah, but I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Because we haven't seen that much from these teams, and I don't, I'm assuming they've been scrimming it at least a bit, but obviously they played in the regular season. And while this map is new, I'm pretty sure most of these players have at least been playing for a bit. And this map is like at least a year old. I think it's got to be like 2 years old, like into the RGL pool at this point.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I mean, Spy is quite good in the last. I mean, I think that this map is in no small part the reason that like a sap and sack kind of thing for a double sack has caught on. It's because that's like one of the main ways to break this last. We are actually going live here. Honestly, my hot take about Sultry is like double sacking the last is almost just a waste of time. And you should just like 3-man and 4-man, but that's kind of also a waste to do off the rips. You kind of just have to like mess around for 3 minutes, just see if anything sticks before you actually go for like the real attempt. But we are looking at the first mid here, and Thriller actually eating 2 stickies and some pistol spam quite early on. Gonna get forced back. None of that space is getting taken, however, by Yaya. They are just kind of chilling. So does end up neutralizing. All is said and done. A lot of spam coming in from both teams. We do have a fade bomb actually from Sixin. And Freya actually dying to spam a crossbow across the map, able to clean that up. The immediate response is a double bomb from Yaya, but both soldiers get cleaned up pretty easily. Both scouts are looking to maybe get out alive. Liam might clean up Billy here, does clean up Billy, but the most important kill of Kree was not found by Mandem. So it will even out on last. Again, can be a very difficult last to break, but for the time being, Mandem have a kill if they want to do something.
Actually, they're just leaving Desiree to do all the capping. They were trying to send 5 in, go for a sack early while Yaya were still down 2. Actually, here comes 6 in, trying to go for that bomb. Kree does get a nice surf, and Teef comes back and cleaned up that kill. And so they are, Yaya is going to be able to set up that sentry. Sears and Desiree do clean up the, or finish the cap off. And they're just going to wait for their spawner, and just a bit of spam going on. Liam actually doing a lot of damage in lobby, and I think that's kind of deterring Yaya from doing anything. Although, it looks like they're just playing it pretty safe. Freya is trying to set up some nasty traps, but I think Thriller saw those. So I think Sears will be pretty diligent in clearing them. Okay, they did not see them. Liam is walking right past Stickies, gets very lucky.
They are actually rolling out a sniper here on Sixin. Amity sniping defensively. And the hold is a little... Man, I have mixed feelings about this hold. It's kind of the hold we were seeing the Chuds do, except very importantly, their gun actually like kind of watched Dungeon, I think. And they had a pyro to reflect, which is actually quite important because I don't really like this gun spot that much. I like a more central... Someone got headshot. I heard that. I'm not sure who. Everyone's healthy.
It must have been a soldier or something.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I always like just a central gun that kind of watches doors. So something like this, maybe a little more exploitable. But to be honest, 6 in on sniper, not really doing a whole lot. Not out of like missing shots necessarily, but just like this slow pace. Honestly, like the left door is pretty exploitable right now. Not being watched by the gun, just a soldier. Now Amity has rotated over, so you have to deal with the sniper first. But yeah, I mean, this is Sultry last, people. This is what we were talking about in that pregame. Can be tough to break, especially with that defensive sniper.
As we say that, 6ink does get a nice headshot butt into Amity, but she was buffed, so that's just not a kill. Teef does a fade bomb, goes away, but 6ink is just going to re-people. Everybody's there. Everybody's on the left side. 6ink has so much free space.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't think he realized how much free space he had to take a peek. And Thriller is trying to trap it off, but not really trapping off this upper area. Although, did 6ink just like catch a long-range pipe or something? How did 6ink get so low?
Fair amount of spam.
I guess so.
Honestly, what this is demonstrating is that there's an element of respect, honestly, from Mandem. They're assuming that the hold is actually better than it really is in reality. Because again, this entire side of the last is very easily overwhelmed because it's just one soldier holding it. So you body shot that soldier with the sniper, you can immediately bomb guys through to the left side. You can start spamming down the gun, doing all sorts of damage. But none of that's happening because they're just playing things very, very slowly with this sniper, who might be dying right now, and actually Desiree dying as well. So that's effectively a double sack. You really hate to see, 3 minutes of clock time ticked just for a double sack that doesn't even properly. Mostly just players getting caught than anything else. Look at this counter sack pressure, however.
Yeah, Isak went for a fade bomb after faking, and it actually just completely forces them out. Although, I don't think they realized that there was an NG. They do eventually just decide, we're taking Uber, we're going to stop this point.
Oh my god.
Steers and Thriller gets a 2 kills. I think Thriller here, really nice pipe there. Amity does get a kill into Sears. Sixen is trying to get really aggressive, tons of damage, and there also is a spy on the side of Desiree.
Desiree was
which,
on spy this whole time, which is kind of weird because, like,
yeah, why would you take an exchange there?
on one hand, they didn't even just play like a down 2 counter sack. They just kind of left. Oh man, Sixen, fantastic 2 rocket there on the solo bomb. So now it's going to be ad. So now the spy's a little redundant, but honestly, spy into last, not that bad.
There's not even actually enough time for, ad. They have to go
true.
now. There's only 10
Very
seconds
true.
left. Desiree has to get some sort of pick. I think you just have to get the pick onto Esau
Yeah, they're not
here.
getting
Desiree
Uber in
is just
time.
not getting anything. 5
Oh,
seconds.
next
A
time
nice
on the
headshot
demo.
there.
Very nice. No traps point. Oh man, but the spam is a little too much. The scouts die on point. It's just up to Thriller. Not going to be enough. Yeah, I don't know. That was a little weird.
That was
honestly, like, giving up 2 is not a bad idea there. In order to just avoid that reset. But I don't know. Another example of where like just a 3-man, a 4-man can be really, really nice rather than just burning the clock with that sniper for so long.
I think the exchange was like meant to catch Yaya floated off on like a timing and trying to catch them off, but they just weren't in good enough position. They had a spy. It just everything didn't work out super amazingly. Anyways, last mid was a very slow, methodical spam fest. We'll see. It looks like that's going to turn into this mid as well. Although last time, after Mandem got the first kill, oh, never mind. Here comes the double bomb in. They don't get a single kill.
Yeah.
Teeth is still alive, but Amity does get a kill, but Thriller and Desiree and Thriller both get so many kills. Kree is left alone and separated from Freya, and Kree is going to die. It's just Freya. She's trying to get out. I think she'll be able to. Look, Liam is on the chase, and I don't think Freya... Okay,
Freya's
Liam disrespected. Yeah.
But this is going to be full disad last. And while we did see a round reset because it was even Ubers, even though the mid was pretty dominant, because Kree went down, now it's a very different story, and Mandem are in a much, much better position to score around here. Sultry last, not particularly easy to push with ad, to be honest. It is holdable, but still, ad is ad, and yeah, we will see a classic dungeon Uber here. Thriller going quite deep, actually does die to the gun before being able to get reflashed. Pretty common problem, honestly, for demos on last. It can be so easy to bomb too deep. It can be very difficult to get reflashed. That kind of just spelled disaster for the
Okay, I do see this right. Teef and Esog have decided they did it on the last end of the round too, but on their own last, they've decided that's it. We're switching double shotgun soldier in 2024. What a decision. Anyways, we have them getting the cap. They have a 50% Uber advantage. We have, I think that's Desiree. Yeah, Desiree is in the forwards on sniper, just hiding. We'll see if she's able to get anything. Sixen, I think, is going for a bit of like the hiding play above. Here comes the aggressive Uber in.
I didn't know you could stand up there like a pixel lock or something. Uber does get Liam, but Sixen is in a fantastic position to just like kill multiple people here. It's all about patience though, because it is disad, remember, for Yaya, so they're gonna want to back up, and they can just back up into Sixen's loving arms potentially. However, Teef in on the med does get the force. Now Sixen getting involved, and didn't go that fantastically. Got a kill, like traded out, but that play had such high potential that honestly feels a little disappointing if you're Sixen there. For your med to just get forced, and then all you can do is trade out with the scout. That being said, I mean, the Uber gets 3 kills, both scouts die, so they're going to convert second as well. And probably play disad on this point, force the other team to try and push out with their ad.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to happen, especially because, well, actually, now that I say that, it looks like Yaya Floated has decided they are in this for the long haul. They will hold it out, even though they have that 50% Uber. It is IM Grand Finals, after all,
That's true.
This is the final match of the season, so maybe you do want to play it a little bit safer here. There is a sniper on the side of Woe building, and again, Amity with that gun spot that she was using last time. And it looks like this is exactly what Yaya Floated did last hold. They had Kree hiding up here in the, pretty much inside of the sentry gun, which is really interesting because I think they decided that it's not very spammable, which it definitely can be spammed, but it depends on where you're coming from. It's not as vulnerable as the other one, the other spot. But they also had a teleporter set up here. And I think that was ready for Kree to just teleport out if the gun goes down or something really bad happens. Looks like the soldiers from Mandem figured out where the gun is, and now they have everybody peeking top right. They're trying to get a ton of damage to kill that gun, but they're not able to get it, and Sixen just goes down. Dispenser is still alive, of course. And Esog is already going in for a pick, trying to catch off Thriller in the lobby, but Thriller gets a very nice bow. Desiree gets the cleanup kill onto Esog, and it's just going right back to another reset where Mandem has to try to get something done.
I will say it's understandable to not push out of Sultry last, but with 50 ad, like, I get this idea that there's kind of like, even if you want to play very exceptionally safe and not do like even the smallest risky thing, like karmically you're still gonna get punished. Like the amount of times that I've seen a team that could have, you know, maybe taken a somewhat risky fight to convert around and then just choose to like play it safe when things were maybe in their favor, or a team that, you know, turns their nose up at, oh my god, the spam almost just drops Kree around the corner. That is unbelievable. Or a team that, again, you know, 50, 60 ad just won't push out a last. You know, that I feel like that just comes back to bite you. Like the universe says, no, that's not how you play.
Yeah, like at a certain point, you can be as passive as you want, but you know, if you are never aggressive, you're never going to like win. Like if you're basically just gonna stall it out until you hopefully get an ideal situation, but then you're essentially just gambling on the fact that you can win a mid fight and you can still hold the last while, you know, Mandem just gets to try forever and ever. Sixten just goes in for a sack onto the sniper.
Ooh,
Actually, they
Thriller's
finally
committed
decide to do
lobby.
this. There's 5 people
Yeah, Thriller
on
might be
Yaya floated
dying,
all
yeah.
in alley. Yep. Big bomb from Teef, and Freya catches Liam. That's huge bomb, huge setup there on the side of Yaya floated. Desiree is going to get caught here, I think, in lobby by Esog. Nope. Desiree with a very nice kill, and she's just poking her way into last,
the
and
engine
there's no
switched off,
gun, and it's
actually.
Amity versus Desiree, yeah. Desiree does just back up after getting low, and I think it's just because of that one play. Even though they got the kill, they just don't have enough to
Yeah.
push off. But again, we see this time it's Sixen
Sixten
on spot. But Sixen gets
bumps
bumped,
that
I think.
immediately. Okay, so that spy play is not going to work. But again, like 30 seconds left. If you were going to 4-man, you'd probably already have wanted to have done it. If you were playing an exchange, you probably would have already wanted to do it. That being said, they just get 2 kills with this fight. A little bit of cap time, but they get the force and actually like hold Uber for a very long time. So they basically just get to take an ad Uber here. Get a kill on a Teef as well. Amity gonna get cleaned up. I don't know how this fight went that poorly or that well for Mandem, but it did.
I don't know how that happened. So I thought they bumped the spy, but then Sixen does get the sniper, even though we should have figured, you know, the spy was there. You probably want to check your back every couple seconds. And then Esog dies to the spy after, but the main kill was Freya just got walked at by Desiree. She just got the free kill onto Freya. Like, no Uber, the heals were just not there. And, you know, a demo down, demo is like the most important class on your last besides your Uber with medic. And so, you know, it just makes it really hard to hold.
I will say we didn't really get to highlight it, but the fact that Mandem took being down 3 on 2 into just like evening out was actually kind of like remarkable. But we do see a double bomb here from Esog and Teef. It actually materializes in a demo kill, Sixen dying as well. And it's going to be a 1 mid for Yaya. Definitely what you like to see for the red team. This might be the first time they've been on the other team's side of the map, if I am recalling correctly. But again, with Teeny living, going to be even Ubers on last. And as we already saw on Yaya Floated's last, well, story's no different here for Mandem. They can build a sentry gun, they can spam the doors, they can play a sniper, they can do all the things that make pushing into last very difficult. However, Thriller kind of caught in the door here. Yeah, it does end up dying. A little too close for comfort. Down a demo, not a good place to be. Gun gets spammed down. Suddenly the hold looking a little more precarious. And look at this space being taken. Some potential cap pressure. Point being trapped off. The heavy can't get to point in time. Bomb comes in. Ubers are exchanged. And that might just stop the pressure because now spawners are on the way.
Desiree eating a sandwich on the point. Nice. But yeah, the exchange just didn't go out well. One thing that happened there that was crucial was Esog just went in a little too aggressive by himself and got caught out by the heavy and the soldier on the left side. And even though they got all that cap time, Mandem smartly just decided, you know, we'll have our spawners here sooner and we'll just take an exchange. Yaya floated is down 2. Sears gets a kill on the east side, bombing in. Teeth also bombed and got nothing. And that's 3 down. And I think they're probably, Yaya floated does get their demo up, but that's denying 2 soldiers. This is going to be pretty easy for them to walk in, even without the Uber ad. All they have to worry about is those traps.
Yeah, and they are immediately taking this fight into mid. Amity actually eating a bit of spam, but getting out cleanly. No spawners to deny, and Uber's pretty much even. So, yeah, Mandem can start pressuring for their sack however they see fit. We do see Thriller just peek and choke, spamming around. Lock can be pretty nice into this point. Nice little angle over the fence. Honestly, Mandem are being quite slow, all things considered. I guess they're buffing their soldiers, but okay, now they're moving.
Looks like they were,
They want to do some cheese pressure.
I mean, sometimes you just need some time to figure out what you want to do. And yeah, like you said,
wow,
bunch of cheese pressure. Thriller gets very low, but a nice surf into the barrels helps. 6 in does go get a big bomb. Liam also did go in, and that 2-person attack does get the force on.
Double soldier for the force is worth, to be honest.
On Sultry.
Teeth threw very weak on the bomb, honestly. Esog on the floor. Actually, nice little direct. Teeny, oh my god, milking down to 7. Almost dropped that Uber. Does end up forcing. And this time around, it's Red who are down 2 soldiers. Now, Liam and Sixon are not here yet. They are rolling out. But there should be a timing interval, I think, that that Mandem could pressure this. Teeny's a little weak. They might be a little scared too. Nope, they are peeking this choke. Sears is just getting right through. Liam bombing onto Height. Just trading damage, but Sears goes down. Height from Freya cleans up that kill. And although the damage is very good, unless these kills get converted, it's going to go poorly for Mandem, and that's exactly what's happening. Everyone's so weak. Teeny just running away. 80 HP. And this should almost certainly be a very easy midpoint for Yaya.
Yeah, and in fact, Mandem just decided they don't even want to deal with that, but the spawners for Yaya floated got there, I think, a lot faster than Mandem was ready for, and then just that separated aggression and the nice shots from Freya really helped. Esau going in for an early bomb does get a decent rocket onto Teeny, but a nice surf and an instant kill from everybody is just going to mean that sack doesn't do much. And it's back to an even situation here. Sixon going for a little bit of peeking, trying to get some info. Liam with the 300 buff just does a fade bomb to cheese.
Kind of free.
Yeah, but I think they're just letting that go. Actually, Liam is just doing a couple of fade bombs. I don't think they feel comfortable with the bomb, especially because it looks like 6-inch didn't get any... They did get a bit of spam, actually, onto the medic, but I don't think they just didn't feel comfortable for whatever reason. And it's going to turn into another stalemate situation, although this time we're not on last, so no sentry guns, nothing like that. And Yaya Float is going to have to try to get some sort of pressure or fight going on here. It looks like they're bringing their heels cheese, and they intend to pressure that way, maybe by having Teeth bomb through. I don't know. They just buffed up Teeth, so I think she's gonna bomb through choke. Maybe. Okay, they're still working out what they want to do.
I feel like Sixon definitely got spotted jumping up there. Actually gets the kill on Amity though, nonetheless. That is ridiculous. That might not slow down the sacking attempts. I mean, you did only lose a scout, to be honest, but no, it looks like Yaya Floated are gonna slow down, despite it being even Ubers. But I wonder if Amity is going to spawn off class here or something.
No, then that would have been the perfect opportunity right when this player was, when Sixon was still spawning. I feel like that would have been the perfect opportunity to get your pressure going. You know, one fewer people watching the doors, you can send somebody in. But it looks like Yaya Floated is just really discussing. They're trying to figure out how to break this hold. And, you know, it looks like, yeah, just the pretty standard stuff, although everybody on Yaya is very healthy. Teef went in for a little bit of pressure, but Liam just has the beam on the upper side of Frog and is just going to absolutely stuff that. And Yaya Float would have to go back to the drawing board again. They do still have 2 minutes, but they do have to figure something out.
Yeah, I mean, you'd very much like to be sacking more frequently here, especially since, in my opinion, like, bombing soldiers through choke is pretty decent. Like Teef here, kind of landing on the med. You land a couple good rockets there, and you can just secure a force. Whoa, Billy actually dying during the pressure, meaning that Yaya Floated are down 2 for this counter sack, meaning choke probably even freer. Actually, the flank going to get through first, and pretty much immediate force from Liam. Probably going to be dying, but you're very happy with that. Still down 2 for Yaya, so they can't really even fight. they're just getting forced out. Actually, Uber gets popped from Teeny. I'm not sure if that was a force or, you know, a proactive Uber. Oh, man. Amity just lurking around the corner. A little bit antsy there from Mandem, just trying to, you know, pedal to the metal right immediately in that post rather than kind of secure their position. So they do lose their medic in the post, but at least they get mid. Still going to be slight disad here, I suppose. Honestly, not really. It's going to be pretty much even here on mid.
Yeah, Creed just got caught out leaving, but then Creed didn't have anybody to heal, so he's just, you know, he's not able to build Uber, and suddenly that advantage. I mean, it is technically 15%, but I think since Creed, you know, was a bit slow to get healed up, and Wobilly doesn't have the Boston Basher or the 3-Rune Blade on, he has the Rap Assassin, so they're gonna have to wait for Amity to come over and build with that. She's got that 3-Rune Blade equipped, and you know that. Although as I say that, it looked like that was gonna be like no Uber advantage. I think Mandem accidentally messed up their building too. Yeah, so there is a bit of Uber advantage, but I don't think
I doubt
anybody's going to work off of it. Yeah.
Kree was only with the demo for a little bit and like wasn't healing for a little bit, so I'm sure this is getting called as evens. Especially when you're in like this defending position on your own second. Could be risky to like take an Uber into mid and then get nothing, or like have a bad post and then suddenly you push back to your last. But honestly, they just thought it was evens because it probably should have been. Well, in any case, it's Mandem in Disguise's turn to sack. It's like some cheese pressure here. They will be coming over. Is there a soldier posted up choke? Yeah, Liam is posted up choke, ready to sack. But oh man, this spam. Freya doing a good job of holding this door. Oh no, Sixen with the bomb gets in so cleanly on Kree, and with a 2 rocket. That is a Uber drop. We're seeing some pressure out of Esog and Teef trying to make something happen, but yeah. Very defensible position here from Mandem. Just playing the high ground, just playing these beamed scouts. There's really nothing you can do into that without heals. And they convert that kill into a very effortless dry push as well. So now Yaya facing the prospect of a potential another round. Disad last yet again here.
Yeah, but they are able to get up the sentry. Wobilly is able to move it up a bit, but, you know, that full ad, Sixen already with a nice little jump above to get a spot. I don't think he saw where the gun is. I think maybe he did see where the gun is, not 100% sure, but it looks like they're coming through lower. Here comes the aggressive Uber. Thriller does get Omega Juggle, but does get the gun anyways. No kills so far for the side of Mandem, and they actually lose Liam, and Wobilly gets a kill on Desiree. Yeah, and that's going to look insanely good for Yaya Floated holding this. Thriller might get caught too. Thriller is very, very low, and Wobilly is going to clean him up too. Yeah, and that's 4 down. Sears and Thriller are going to have to work their way out of there. Or, excuse me, Sears and Teeny are going to have to work their way out of there, and it's going to be a big ad for Yaya Floated.
Yeah, a little bit fast there on that Uber. Just too many players getting involved before actually kind of setting up a side. Like Desiree kind of in no man's land, just getting focus fired down. Off of this disad, I mean, down picks as well. Not really much of a resistance for Mandem. They did play Sniper in the forward spawn, who took a shot. I wasn't paying attention to who, but didn't hit it. And yeah, back to second. Decent job building. Teeny already at 80%. But honestly, Yaya pretty fast here. Desiree will be the one sacking, actually. Pretty fast to push, are able to convert that into second. They're very fast to the lobby. Okay, they're slowing down now, so they know it's evened out.
Yeah, and Teef is also back onto shotgun, which is interesting. Here comes a bomb from Esog, trying to get something ton, almost air shot. Nice rocket onto Teeny, but is cleaned up, and Teeny's able to get out to spawn. Amity does go down as well. That's down 2. But I think, yeah, so Desiree is rolling out on heavy. No, I think she's deciding, yeah, she's running back to spawn. Yeah, and there's going to be the pressure. It looks like Liam is trying to go in for a sack. Doesn't really get a good rocket, and I think that might just spell the retreat.
Yeah, no, spawners are on the way. I mean, there's like damage on Freya, but okay, Desiree trades out the pick. I mean, space is space, so even if it's not like sound fundamentally to like just push out of your own last on even players, this is what they're doing right now. If the space is given, then you can take that. It's actually going to turn into an exchange. That being said, Thriller actually gets the kill, but very weak, a little too weak to get involved, needs to get arrowed. But look at this, no refight from Yaya. They are conceding second, and off of a kill, honestly. Okay, nope, they're slowing down here. which
Yeah, that was
makes sense.
crazy. Sixen got caught in a trap at Shutter, and then they still won that fight. Here comes Sixen with the bomb. Bree does get dropped onto the ground, didn't realize, but thankfully for them, excuse me, thankfully for him, Amity is able to clean that kill up. And it's about even Ubers. Here comes a bomb from Teef, trying to get something, gets absolutely destroyed. I couldn't tell which soldier that was. That might have been Liam. I think that was Liam. Wasn't 100% sure, but nice air shot, whoever that was. Down 2 on the side of Yaya floated. And Mandem is just going to start pressuring their way in from multiple different doors, and Yaya floated has already conceded the point because they don't have Uber yet, and they are ready to just back all the way up to second. Now, last time in this hold, last time in this hold, what happened is Mandem just put a bit of pressure into Cheese, and Yaya floated just bit all over that. But actually, Teef has swapped off of Soldier and is on Spy.
Interesting.
Yeah, when holding your own second.
Yeah, that defensive spy is definitely more risky because, you know, the other team can sack, and if you're down a player, especially down a soldier, oh man, Kree with that super serve all the way to bats. Thriller might be caught in the door. Okay, gets a pack. But, Teef actually getting spotted out. Unfortunate. The accessory bomb, though, good damage on Teeny, does get the force, enough pressure. It is an exchange, but a better exchange for Red. I mean, they aren't getting any value during the exchange, but they just have kills, so their post is going to be better.
They probably could have even held that. That maybe was a little bit assertive. And since they're down 2 players, Mando just comes right back in. Liam gets a ton of space, very low on the side of Freya. Is not killed. Freya gets a kill on the Desiree, but Liam does finally clean her up. But another kill on the side of Freya with a long-range pipe from, or on the side of Mandem. Thriller gets a nice long-range pipe. And it's down 2, including a demo. And I think Mandem are going to try to take this, maybe. Looks like they're just posturing, seeing where they're trying to figure out where they want to go. But Thriller is alone, and it looks like they decided they just want to back up. Although, as I say, that Sixen goes right back in for a bomb. Kree takes a ton of damage, but Freya, thankfully for Yaya floated, gets that kill quickly. And it's going to turn into an even stalemate yet again.
It's one of those situations in which you almost prefer the med to have Uber. Oh man, Teeny's just getting... Would have got 2 rocketed there, I think. Just getting forced. Kind of caught lacking on point. But yeah, moments like that, you kind of hope the med has Uber because, like, you can't actually kill them in time, but you can, like, make them think you can and, like, scare them into using. But yeah, off of this now full ad, we are seeing that push come out from Yaya. A lot of spam, though, for Kree. Very scary. Freya might just go down here. Desiree actually very, very forward. Without heals, doesn't really get punished for it. That's going to slow down the push. On the backlines as well, like Teef quite weak. Kree is committed, but the health is just not good for the red team. Probably going to have to use here. They do get force. Liam goes down for it. But, I mean, this Uber just not looking great. Okay, looking a little more serviceable now. Oh, never mind. With the back cap, they can't even...
The demo back cap.
That is interesting. Demo not a very good 1v1 class, as we do see. Teef does win that. Buys space on mid, though. So at least stalled the cap on mid, I suppose. And honestly, Teeny is much closer to getting an Uber, so an Uber to stop point here is much more achievable. We might see that come into play. Teeny now has Uber. It looks like they want to take it. Walking forward now, does get popped onto Sixen. Sears just out of beam range, chasing, getting kills. Might be Esog next to go. Stuck on point, does die. Look at this space the Uber is getting. And they're actually able to finish off that back cap time. And maybe even pressure into last with these 2 kills.
Yeah, that was just a huge play. Sears is just in through left, already pressuring. Actually, I think they just decided to sack. No, they're just buying some time. Here comes the bomb from Sixen, and Liam gets the force onto Kree, and I think Liam is even going to work his way out, and Sears managed to work their way out as well. That's huge. Desiree is hiding to the right side of the shutter here, but traps on shutter, and I think, as I say that, Teef is going, Esau went in for a bomb, got nothing. Freya did get a kill onto Sears, which is going to help, and Thriller is very caught in this elbow. That's going to incredibly help on the side of Yaya floated. They're going to take the point, and even though they're about 40 Uber dishead, which hopefully they play this time, looked like they kind of messed it up last time, that's going to help them a lot. And actually, 2 down, including a demo. Yaya floated just walking right back in, although a lot of damage from the spam, but Mandem in Disguise just give it up. And we're back onto the... actually, as I say that, they have their 50 Uber, and they use it right in.
Okay, they're stopping the point, but not going to get any kills. So I think long term they're going to lose mid most likely here off of the flip flop. Actually, a little bit committed here. Actually, both soldiers get killed. Didn't realize Sixen bombed onto point. They get 3 kills in this post off of basically just the backs of Sixen and Sears. And the Force. Oh my god. And they capped 2 during all of that as well. So throw everything I just said about that flip-flop out of the window. The Mandem in Disguise aggression is just paying dividends for them, to be honest. Look at this. They were able to secure a kill on Amity as well. And through all that, Kree, well, actually, who just forced, is now at slight disad. Mandem with a pick into last. It just went into Bandy overtime. So if they score around here, that is the entire game. Cap time from Sears, jumping off, baits in those soldier bombs, Kree going down. Ooh, this might just be the game. It is. And that's actually the entire series for Mandem in Disguise.
Yeah, that is it. Mandem in Disguise are going to win IM6's season 16. I mean, on this map, I will be I can't wait to pull up these logs, but anyways, like on this map, it looked like, I mean, Yaya would look a lot better on this map than they did on product, but even so, I think, like you had pointed out, during some of these pushes, just the relentless pressure from multiple different doors, Yaya Photo was just not ready for that so much of the time. Like even in that last fight that Mandem in Disguise won, Sixen got in from choke, I believe, or just got onto point and took a 1v1 on a player who just wasn't ready, and Sears was also pressuring from choke, and that just grabbed 2 free kills, and then the pressure from Cheese came in from the rest of Mandem, and it just worked out so well for them. Um, you know, it's just so much. I think it was just overall just it was just like a coordination difference, and seemed like maybe there was a bit of a DM diff, but it looked really like it was a coordination diff. I'm gonna be honest.
Looking at the logs here, there's some pretty noteworthy outliers. Big one being I'm seeing Teeny and Sears both dying so few times. Teeny only dying twice. Sears actually only dying 4 times as well on Pocket Scout, going 23 and 4. Across the board, damage is quite low because there was plenty of like last stalemating during that game, so that's as expected. But man, that those are definitely some good stats from those players. Honestly, I don't know. Mandem just looked very confident. I think that they were able to play pretty fast in like loose dynamic fights because they could just trust each other to, clean up on each other's damage and actually, follow up on each other's plays. And we saw a lot of that in random post-Uber fights where the flank gets through and suddenly that just converts into 3 kills out of nowhere. Or, what should be an even fight in like a post exchange on last, suddenly just focus fire comes in and then suddenly you just have 2 kills and now you're winning. That kind of seemed to be the case on Sultry here.
Yeah, I'm looking at the logs here, and it looks like this time, it definitely was a lot less dominant, but Sixon was just doing a lot of pressure and just was doing actually the best on the server. It seems like, although Freya definitely stepped it up from last map, but it just and it looked better from Yayo this map, but they just I don't know, they still just seemed a lot less combobulated. Yeah, like you said, those deaths. Oh my goodness, Sears with 4 and Teeny with 2. And looking at the damage taken, Desiree, Sears, and Teeny took, 122 or less. So that's a lot. They just let their explosives lead a lot of the time. It just worked out so much better for them.
Mm. But yeah, honestly, a dominant series for Mandem. I know Sultry was pretty low scoring, as it tends to be, but Mandem, I think we're just getting the upper hand in a lot of fights, and that was the difference maker. So yeah, congratulations to them. I am season 16 grand finals champions, of course, consolations. Well played to Yaya Floated, our second place team this season. I don't know if you have anything else to talk about. If not, we can just do shout outs.
Yeah, I don't have anything from me, but shout out to everyone playing this season. It was great to have everyone, and shout out to Silent as well for producing. Producers are always silent heroes. Thank you. But yeah, that's honestly it for me.
Yeah, true. Shoutouts production. Shoutouts to KJR, and hope you guys all enjoyed some nice action-packed grand finals. Yeah, see you all later.